Not much to say. Tip your hat to Iowa, a good club. These two guys up here, they represent our program, but an unbelievable group of kids, done everything the right way from the day we started, like 290-some days ago at our first meeting in August. We came up short. It's always hard, when that last game or there's only one happy team at the end. And I know what that feels like to lose even that last game, but it doesn't matter when it is. It's hard, but our guys have so much to be proud of. I felt like they battled the entire season. We overcame some pretty significant injuries to get where we were, and it was just kind of a mark of our team to go down, and all of a sudden it's tied, and I really felt like we were gonna win that game, and it just didn't happen for us, but it sure wasn't because of lack of effort or togetherness. So, on behalf of the coaching staff, I want to thank our team. They really have been a phenomenal group. And I talk to them all the time. It's about the journey. That's what it's about. That's what coaching's about. That's what being on a team is about. You hope you're the last team raising that trophy, but there's so much more to it. And we've been coaching a long time, and you get to see that right in front of your eyes. It's pretty special. So an awesome group. I hate that the season ended for them, but, man, proud of all of them.
And at this time, we'll have questions for the student athletes. If you have a question, raise your hand, and we'll bring the microphone to you, and state your name and media affiliation, please.
Adam Smith with Inside Carolina. Mac, just the way you guys were able to get the game to extra innings, what sort of jolt did Dylan's hit give you guys in the 8th, and then your homer in the 9th? Could you just talk about the way you're able to extend the game?
Yeah, I think it's a true test to our team. Every single person's ready at any given moment, and no surprise that King was ready for his opportunity there, and he got the job done. And I think that really sparked the next 2 innings for us. So.
Have any more questions for the student athletes here?
If this is the way you try to bring what do you feel in this moment?
You don't have to say much.
Just super grateful just to be able to play here. And the guy sitting next to me just always believing in me, especially that freshman year, just struggling, but he's always had my back and just always believed in me, so just incredibly thankful.
Kevin, the way you guys pitched out of bullpen today, obviously kept you in it, and what did you think of just the collective effort, and Pence especially seemed to be great in a big moment?
Yeah, I think coming out of the bullpen with our lineup, you just try and keep it where it is, because we never believe we're out of it with this lineup, and they've proved it all year. They can get us back into pretty much any situation. So just coming in and following them, the guy that Padgett did a great job starting us off, and then Pence did a great job coming in after Mason, just kind of keeping that going and just let our lineup do its thing, because they've done it for us all year.
Mac, the at-bat that you homered in the 9th, can you just take us through that? And looked like they might have left the pitch, off-speed pitch up, and you were fired up coming around the bases, obviously. The at-bat and then the emotion of what you were able to do.
Yeah, 2-0, curveball, slider, whatever it was, left it up, and just my entire mindset, that whole at-bat was just, I'm not going to let my team down. I'm going to do my job. So.
Any final questions for the student athletes? All right, guys, thank you so much, and just congrats on a great season.
Thanks, guys.
All right, now we'll get to to questions with Coach Forbes. Again, if you have a question, raise your hand. We'll get the mic to you.
Talk about the pitching that you got today. I mean, you got the kind of pitching, for the most part, that you really needed to give yourself a chance.
Yeah, no doubt. I thought our young guys in the second half of the season, they've really improved. And a lot of the new guys like Knapp and Peterson and those guys, they've improved. But you look at a true freshman going out there starting an elimination game. Dalton Pence hadn't pitched in the postseason until this year. I thought everybody did their job. We played good defense. And we did get some big hits. It's just a game of baseball, too. Sometimes you need one of those hits that you sting to fall in. You know, Stokely let off, I don't know what inning it was, maybe the 11th, 12th with a ball that I thought was hit really hard. And, you know, they found a little gap there. Mac almost caught that ball to keep it even. But I couldn't have been more pleased with our pitching for the most part overall. I know Knapp didn't go long, but he still competed his tail off.
Hey, Coach, after Friday's game, you talked a little bit about, your offense and just missing, you caught fire late in the game, but didn't quite have enough. And then yesterday, you had that 3-run inning. Horvath especially, coming through the way he did. Can you just talk about, like, your team not giving up in any moment, especially those hitters?
Yeah, I think that's, I hope that's always a trait of North Carolina. And our guys, I think they believe it as well. You have to play 27 outs. You play the right way. You play as hard as you can. And we talk so much about being able to stay with it when you're down because it's easy when you're ahead or it's easy when it's easy. So that's kind of a mark of our program. We did it last year in the regional. We came back through and made it to a super regional. It's something that if you watched us play, I feel like you would see it. Like our guys are going to keep playing until the last out is played. And if you do that and you continue to do that, and that's just the culture, the guys that walk into our program, they know that's just the way it's going to be. And that makes it a good environment and a positive environment.
Scott, earlier in the game, the 3-run homer they got where you went to Percival, you get the lefty on the lefty matchup,
Yep.
and then I guess it backfires on you. Is that how you saw it?
Yeah, I mean, when you hang a breaking ball like that to a good hitter, you saw his first swing on the good sweeping breaking ball. I think it was a 1-2 count. Just, and it happens in baseball to the best of them. Percival's a true freshman. He's been really good recently against lefties. We thought Cam was getting tired, and he had put 2 really good swings on Cam. We had him 0-2 before we could blink, and unfortunately, Kyle hung it, and he made him pay for it. So he'll get better at that as he gets older.
Obviously, last season you emerged from the losers bracket to win it, but it looked like even if you'd have survived this game, you'd have big pitching challenges the next 2 days.
Yeah, survive in advance is the way it goes. You don't worry about that next game. You just try to win this one. And we did have some guys that could have started for us, but when you're in the losers bracket, you are trying to win the overall tournament, of course. But I'm a firm believer you can't win the overall tournament if you don't win today. And we had that opportunity. We just could not get it done with that. I mean, we had some big hits, but we didn't have enough of them.
And a lot of missed opportunities again with runners in scoring position, which has been a trend here lately.
Yeah, no doubt. The lineup is what it is without Vance. You're not going to pull a Vance just out of thin air. But I was proud of our guys. You come off a sweep against NC State, and then all of a sudden a guy that's played every pitch for us. And that's not to discredit our other players that played for Vance, but he's a game-changing type player, not just offensively but defensively and on the bases. And for our guys to be able to overcome losing 4 in a row without him, understand that, hey, he may not be back, and to win those 2 games in the tournament, and then to make a pretty solid run here, I couldn't be more proud of him.
Scott, it's obviously a rough start of the regional for Horvath, but the home run yesterday, the clutch stuff today, I mean, did he sort of show who he is here these last couple of days?
Yeah, he's a special kid, man. I've watched it unfold in front of my own eyes, just his maturity, and that's what coaching's about. At least it is for me. The world is the world. I do it for different reasons, And the main reason is to watch these guys become men and watch them leave our program better. And I firmly believe if you do that, the winning takes care of itself.
What did you think had him emotional? Obviously, I mean, he's a draftable guy, but like, anything in particular you think?
When you know that it probably was your last game in college, it's just the brotherhood and I was talking to Andrew Miller not long ago, had a fabulous, and Kyle Seager, major league careers, but these are their guys. You make friends, but it's more of a business, and you just never forget your time. Those 3 years or 4 years when you're in college, and that's why it hurts so bad. And Mac, it hurts even more. I'm a firm believer when you do everything right and you leave it on the field. And I told him in the dugouts, you've left our program in a phenomenal spot because his first year was my first year as a head coach. He completely bought into everything we were trying to do, and he has led every single day. And that's why our culture is what it is.
We have time for one more, I think.
That's kind of a bigger picture question, but I know the season ended 5 minutes ago, but I mean,
right.
if you look
Part of it.
Well, if you look at it, is one of the things that was difficult to overcome this year. Did you never really find the right roles for certain arms in your it seemed like you're searching.
Yeah,
I guess is what I mean.
We didn't talk. People on the outside didn't talk about it. We talked about it internally. Just the unknown going into the season when you lose 300 plus innings and older guys and Schaefer, Gillian, and all those guys. So we felt better towards the end. And you are right. It takes longer when guys aren't pitching great. But man, I look at this pitching staff and I know what we're going to return. I'm extremely excited about it because I feel like a lot of these young guys are going to continue to really improve and be legitimate ACC type arms.